Yes, discussions around the attack on a church in Wetimo Othaya on Sunday still remaining on the front pages. This story has refused to leave the front pages. Today, the Daily Nation goes with this headline, United in Impunity, with the image of the person in charge of Interior and Matters Security, Kipchumba Murkomen there. They say the former Deputy President challenges Interior Minister to name persons who ordered police to attack him. So they ask a question, is it a cover-up? 4 days after the attack on former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua at a church service in Nyeri, the latest in a string of similar incidents, there has been no reported questioning of suspects or arrests. Security chiefs have also ignored queries about the status of investigations into the bloody violence. Yesterday, we had the senator from Murang'a, Joe Nyoto, in studio. He was among the politicians who had accompanied the deputy president for that church service. And so they witnessed there. These were first-hand witnesses. Nikamuuliza kama polisi wamemcontact kumuuliza si ukuje utuambie nini ili happen. Hakuna kitu. No one has been contacted. But police are saying they're doing what? They're investigating. Yeah. CS Kipchumba Murkomen says, is quoted here on the front page of the Daily Nation, and Sema, the regional commissioner and security team must take legal action against those who raided the church and caused chaos to ensure that it does not happen again. But who are these you're looking for if you're not investigating? Yeah. Simply put, there are no investigations going on. So they have images of people who should be in charge of security, but now all of them are united in impunity. The CS for Interior, IG of Police Douglas Kanja, Director of DCI Mohamed Amin, Mushiri Nyaga was a National Police Service spokesman, alisema tulieni, tuliza boli. I know you're baying for blood, but we are investigating. Central Regional Commissioner Joshua Nkatha and Regional Police Commander Jasper Ombati. These are just some of the senior security officers who are supposed to be answerable in matters security. The other story given prominence on the front page of the Daily Nation, and it stems from that story that also featured yesterday on the front pages, to do with SHA. SHA crisis is one of them. So 2 CSs appeared before MPs who continue with their retreat in Naivasha. One of them was the one in charge of education, Julius Ogamba, kaulizwa maswali mingi kuhusu shule na akaambiwa your PS is the most incompetent. Alafu Aden Duale pia akakuja na alikuwa anaulizwa maswali, sasa pesa mnasema iliibiwa 11 billion. Hivyo tu mnasema, hivyo tu na to move on, si ndio?
Ask you chunga.
11 billion. Wewe wacha. Hiyo ni 11. It's just 11. Sasa 11 ni kitu ya kusumbua watu. Anyway. So that story is on page 7 of this paper. You can read more on it. Mbarire diverted 10 million shillings to Kindiki political event. Now, this is one of the big stories. Senate continues to probe audit reports from various counties. So they've been questioning a number of governors. Yeah, kuna ule mmoja aliambiwa ni minister wa sherehe uko Vihiga, alichukua milioni 5 akapeleka kwa sherehe. Hii imeleta shida.
Na unajua kuna pending bills huko mingi sana.
Milioni 5 ikaenda kwa sherehe. Ilikuwa house party, housewarming party. According to reports, mimi sijui sikuwa hapo, mimi sikuwa kwa hiyo sherehe. Sasa according to reports, ule governor wa Embu 10 million shillings zikatoka zikaenda, kulikuwa na event ya deputy president, akatumia inasemekana, akatumia inaitwaje? Galvanize support ya watu wenye watakuja hapo, boda haswa. That story is on page. Yeah, Senate fury over Mbarire diverted 10 million shillings. Senators have condemned the misuse of public funds, demanding accountability and harsh legal consequences. Funds were intended for industrial park. They were directed to finance boda. Hata nimeona Moses Kuria, because when he was CS for trade, yeye ndo alikuwa ameanzisha hizi industrial parks in various counties. So anasema surely, yani mimi nilimaliza hiyo kazi sababu ninge take credit kama inge go through, mkaona mchukue pesa mpelekee boda. Ni sawa tu. Those are the stories on the front page of the Daily Nation. Kule nyuma, women's rugby. Hii ndio mchezo moja inakuanga serious. World Rugby Sevens Division 2 Championships. Kenya Lionesses are in Spain for camp training ahead of the event. Ingine pale, it's all systems go as team starts selecting para-athletes for international contests. That's the Daily Nation today.
All right. The Standard shaming Judiciary. UDA operative, the independence of the judiciary is facing a credibility test as allegations of partisan conduct engulf a sitting Judicial Service Commissioner With High Court interviews days away, critics warn that political colors have been smuggled into an institution meant to be blind to power. At the center of the storm is JSC Vice Chair Isaac Ruto, who fraternized with the ruling party structures, raising fears that judicial processes risk being reduced to a loyalty test.
But are you shocked that this is happening? Surely, these are political appointees. Yeah, this is a known politician. He has been elected governor. He has been serving as an MP. The only reason he was appointed to the JSC was because of his political allegiance. So why are we shocked when he shows up for a party event? Yeah, isn't that the nature? I'm not saying it's morally right, but isn't that the nature of our politics?
Well, if we do not want people like, for example, cabinet secretaries to also affiliate themselves with the parties, right? Then JSC is also a public office.
Yeah, no, jamaa wetu Iano ashafika pale anasoma gazeti. Lakini ameenda nyuma tu kuangalia timu gani iko nyuma huko.
This is the Arsenal, yes.
Arsenal won a Champions League game yesterday.
League weight of expectation.
Angalia kukurasa wa page wa kwanza. Hiyo ndio story tunasema. Shaming judiciary,
right? JSC is a public office.
JSC is a public office.
Yes,
I know there are questions around the conflict of interest.
Yes.
But the reality of life and Kenyan politics is that siasa is at the center of everything.
Na hiyo picha ilimcapture vizuri sana akiwa ametulia pale.
Anashanga sasa hata akuwa anajificha.
Mtadu. Anywho, it says Ruto attended a political event at State House recently adorned in party colors. This is Isaac Ruto. Kenyans and lawyers say there is perceived bias in his dealings and should quit. Will he? Anywho. And the Standard also wamecover something here quite interesting, removing a JSC commissioner, and they say to remove one from office, then those seeking the removal need to petition the National Assembly, laying out the allegations and ground for removal.
Sasa you imagine now at Isabali attend UDA, now you have to petition the National Assembly.
Kwenye yako.
The majority of those members are UDA members to remove him.
Will be dead on arrival.
Okay, sometimes let's be honest. It's impossible. No, not impossible, it's improbable. It won't happen.
This story is on page 4, quite interesting. And it's the only story given prominence on the front page of the Standard. Ukundani, page 2, clueless. Where is 97% transition education bosses on receiving end?
Yes. Boy, they are clueless.
They have accused education officials of being out of touch with the realities in schools. Waliambiwa endeni ground. Nakaa huko Nairobi, nasema 1, 2, 3, go back ground. Kintel organizing tales of men killed in Russia. That's another story on the inside pages. Winnie, only the NDC can confirm ODM leadership. This is a
ODM wrangles continue. Today we'll be having Robert Alai. He's been very vocal online about ODM, who's right, who's wrong. Lakini yake yote inakuanga in support of William Ruto. I think the biggest enemy that Robert Alai has, it's Uhuru Kenyatta. Every tweet about him, hata kama haiko related, you might be talking about Sukuma Wiki, atasema Uhuru Kenyatta hapendi farmers.
All right. Ruto ZDA on edge as Gachagua tour stars political hit in Nakuru. They say businessman Samburu is leading strategic consultations and voter mobilization efforts, and DCP has gained traction challenging ruling party dominance in Nakuru County. Well, you come from Nakuru. Do you think so?
Well, it's interesting to see. Once niliona billboard moja kubwa sana, ule Dr. Peter Mbaye, who is vying for senator, amepiga picha hapo na akaeka Rigathi Gachagua, akasema karibu Nakuru.
On the back page, tulishaongelea Arsenal. We've seen Ian looking at it. Can Arsenal handle Premier League weight of expectation? Can we?
Oh yes, we can.
We can.
Oh yes, we can.
Yes. Team kubwa hii hapa Arsenal.
Kuna story pale page 7 of this paper, and it's about what the opposition has done, demands to the IEBC ahead of the elections. So the most interesting thing, I'll say, we'll call for mass action. And that's the first time we're hearing such a call. We'll call for mass action if you don't do this and the other. Hizo zilikuanga demands za Raila Odinga. So after Raila Odinga exits, now this is the first time we're hearing someone saying we'll call for mass action. Will it happen? We'll have to wait and see. Standard. Matakwa makali ya IEBC mwaka 2027, tume ya uchaguzi yawasilisha mapendekezo tofauti ikiwemo bajeti kubwa kuandaa uchaguzi huru na wa haki. Mwenyekiti wa IEBC Erastus Ethekon ampigwa picha hapa na wengine, anasema tume huru ya uchaguzi na mipaka IEBC imewasilisha kwa bunge la kitaifa kile inachosema ni mwongozo wa kuhakikisha uchaguzi huru na wa haki mwaka ujao, ikipendekeza mabadiliko ya baadhi ya sheria na miongozo ya uchaguzi. Katika orodha yake ya matakwa, IEBC inataka marekebisho yafanyiwe sheria ya uchaguzi na sheria ya makosa ya uchaguzi ili iwe na meno ya kung'ata wale wanaokiuka kanuni za uchaguzi. Habari kamili kwenye ukurasa wa pili. Tume inasema ndio tunajua kuna makosa ya uchaguzi, lakini sisi hata tukiwapata very little we can do. Yeah. Vidokezo zaidi mbali na hayo, kibali tayari Mackenzie ashtakiwe kwani hajashtakiwa. Koti yatoa amri ya kumtaka mhubiri Paul Mackenzie awasilishwe katika mahakama hiyo. Kwingineko, Gamba atolewa jasho kikaoni. Wabunge walimpeleka mbio, walimtimua kweli kweli. Tume ya kura yatetea Museveni. Nasikia ni kama tume ya kura ni kama IEBC inatetea rais. Wow. Tume ya uchaguzi Uganda yaomba mahakama ya juu itupilie mbali kesi. Pale juu Duale akana upendeleo katika uajiri. Waziri apuuzilia mbali madai ya upendeleo katika uajiri wa wafanyakazi wa SHA. Na pale kwenye sport, Villa Lyon sasa ndani ya 8 bora kule Europa. Mechi za mwisho za Europa ni leo, timu 19 tayari zikiwa zimefuzu kwa raundi ya 16. Arsenal mojawapo wako kileleni pale Europa. Pia mechi zao 8 wamechapa zote 8. Tuko mbele. Taifa Leo.
Na tukisonga mbele haraka haraka, People Daily, how big money is shaping 2027 race for State House on the till. Pesa imejaa hapo nyuma. How big money is shaping 2027 race for State House? Ni kumwaga tu pesa kila mahali. Right. Of course, to galvanize. Kule juu, Ezra Chiloba anasema Mudavadi's quiet choice for Trans Nzoia in 2027. That's a question. Stop targeting Gachagua, protect political freedom. That's an opinion on page 12. People in politics, People Daily.
Star kuna moja ndefu sana hapa. County billions our governors sank cash into stalled projects. Some initiated way back in 2013 and 2014 financial year. This one continues as the Senate continues to probe audit reports on counties. Kama hiyo ya Embu, 10 million ikapelekwa bodaboda na kwingine wakaenda sherehe. Opposition piles pressure on IEBC over 2027 poll tech. I think that we've seen on the Taifa Leo. Pastor's 100-hour tree hug sparks employment pledge for youth. Na hii mambo ya kuhug meeting, I think we need to come up with a new thing now. Tumehug meeting. CBC reality, why cooks might scrap C+ cut-off grade for varsity. This is a game changer, page 6 of this paper. Yes. The Star, fresh, independent, different. If you grab yourself a copy, you only need 60 bob if you are in Kenya. Finally, Business Daily.
Kenya to swap Eurobond for food in 129 billion shillings deal. This is loan for food swap to replace costly public debts. Countries are standing Eurobond stand at 872 billion shillings. It says the Treasury will use proceeds from 129 billion debt for food security swap to make early repayments on outstanding Eurobonds to ease Kenya's heavy debt burden. This is a story on page 2, and the Treasury CS is right there at the center. Fresh Bank saved from paying Kenyans in US embassy attack. Kenyan victims of the 1998 bombing of the US embassy in Nairobi have lost the legal battle to compel the Attorney General to pursue compensation from top French bank, that is BNP Paribas and Sudan. The High Court yesterday found no legal basis to force Kenya to seek reparations from the bank, Sudan, Iran, or assets linked to Al-Qaeda in a verdict that eased a diplomatic storm. And on the ticker, KRA says more than 50% of accessible products illicit. NSSF increases its Eurobonds holdings to 34 billion shillings, and unit trust assets tipped to cross 1 trillion shillings.
All right, so those are the local dailies that we'll be looking at with my panelists. Kiruga Dhuku, MCA Shinga Ward, Robert Alai, MC Kilelesho Ward, and Arnold Maliba, Party Leader, Progress Plus Alliance. Later on, we'll be talking about matters health, kidney failure, to be specific, the silent struggle. Dr. Vita Ngani will be in studio with Anne. Tuangazie karakacha sasa.